Hello, and welcome to another episode of Footnotes. As per the usual, I'm here to recap the most ravishing ideas from around Wired. First up today, the Pied Piper, a distant relative of Paula Deen who endangered children not with wildly unhealthy recipes, but by leading them into a cave, which is far less lucrative. This legendary figure came up in a piece in our March issue about the effects of cold environments on weight loss. In reality, the Pied Piper has nothing to do with pies. Pied simply means he wore two or more colors, which is so last season. Legend goes that in the 13th century, the German town of Hamelin hired the Piper to lure rats out of the city, but then refused to pay him, probably because they had been watching too much Project Runway.
We don't get that.
I didn't get that.
We don't get that at all.
So, unfortunately, my time is done.
The Pied Piper swore revenge and eventually returned to lure the town's children into the countryside. They would never be seen again, much to the relief of at least a few parents who secretly hated their children. It's only a legend, but historians believe that Hamelin might have actually once lost his children to plague, natural disaster, or a time-traveling Paula Deen. Whatever the case, the story lives on today in the phrase "pay the piper," which you've probably seen while shopping online. Next up, nebulas, clouds of gas and dust that sometimes look like horses' heads, or cat's eyes, or badgers' spleens, I guess. Wired Science put out a fantastic gallery of these formations rendered in 3D GIFs, which appear to be shaking their heads in disapproval, maybe because we told Pluto it couldn't be a planet anymore. So nebulas actually form a couple of different ways, the most dramatic of which being the result of a supernova. According to Oasis, a supernova happens when a star drinks too much champagne and explodes, littering the universe with British accents and eyebrows. A supernova is in fact an exploding star, but it actually dies from pumping too much iron because it forgot to stretch first. You see, stars form elements by smashing simple ones like hydrogen and helium into progressively more complicated varieties. But once they produce iron in their cores, they erupt into supernovas. This populates the cosmos with the elements. So every atom in your body was in fact born in a star, which means Ziggy Stardust was not so special after all, except for the hair. The remnant of this massive explosion is a cloud of gas and dust, such as the famous Crab Nebula, which was so bright when it appeared in 1054 AD that people rushed outside to see it without putting pants on, which is so last season.